Live, James Maduke speaking. Here's what we're going to do today. I want you to imagine for a second that you want to create your first course, or you're thinking about a course and you want to be able to create it quickly and easily. Yay, let's go with that. You want to be able to create it quickly and easy without all the fancy equipment, without all of the knowledge, experience about doing all this filming stuff. So today what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how a couple simple AI prompts can give you more than enough, starting with the perfect topics that you can use for your course. I'm going to give you a complete content plan that you can use. And the best thing is you only need your smartphone to get started. There's no software that's fancy or anything like that, no headaches, just pretty straightforward stuff. So whatever you're passionate about, doesn't really matter. Anything your age has taught you, doesn't matter what it is. The best part is you can get started today. So the first thing I want to do is kind of just talk about this whole idea of what most people think about YouTube. What do most people think about YouTube? Well, if you've been online for any point in time, you're going to hear or see videos that talk about, how can I get rich? And they'll tell you about, well, all you need to do is get your first 1,000 subscribers, you get a whole bunch of views, and you're going to make some money from ads. Well, if you dig a little bit deeper and you're online for a little while and you've maybe created some videos or just talked to people who have created videos or ones that you've seen, you'll find that that just isn't true. The first thing is that ad revenue is not going to make you rich. What normally happens is it's just a tiny, tiny piece of the puzzle. And what most of the YouTube creators have done is they have multiple streams of income. So it's not just about ad revenue and having viral videos and a whole bunch of your subscribers. So that's kind of the first thing. The other thing is a lot of people think that if they get one viral video, everything explodes and it all happens overnight. That's just not what happens. It's a long-term play for you. A lot of things are expected when you have a whole bunch of subscribers. When you have subscribers, from what I've been learning, is that it's much easier to get people involved and earning money from if they're engaged as opposed to people who are just subscribers. So an active audience, either on YouTube or off of YouTube, doesn't matter, but an audience that's active is more valuable than a big list of subscribers. The other thing you'll hear is if you have a whole bunch of subscribers, you're going to be able to have brand deals and sponsorship deals and people knocking down your door. If you're a YouTube creator and you're successful, another stream of income, and most likely you're reaching out to a lot of them and working on them. So it's really hard. Long-term play, you got to make sure that you know and get to your audience. You've got to be able to have multiple streams of income, and you have to treat it like a business. There is another way to earn money from YouTube, and that's where this little strategy, this mini course and micro course strategy that I'm going to tell you about is. So what's going to happen is we're actually going to be building courses based on YouTube content, but we're not going to have to worry about the algorithms, how many subscribers we have, anything like that, ad rates. All it is, it's about creating your own products, being able to monetize them just from your own expertise. So I'm going to share a bunch of prompts, 3 or 4 prompts. So you don't have to wait for all of that. You're going to be able to use the prompts and get started creating your content. So here's how it works. Okay, so the whole kind of gist of this at the start is I want you to just think about, don't think of a course. I may mention the word course. It's kind of a hard word because people think of a course, but it's not, doesn't have to be in the format that you're thinking of. Think of it this way. We're going to use, first of all, a prompt that uses ChatGPT just to give us a list of questions from that our audience is already asking. Okay, so this isn't anything outside of the box. We're just simply going to answer their questions. Now, why does this actually work and why is it important? Because we're actually giving the answers to that are being asked by the people we're trying to talk to. And if you think about it, if you look at any of the stats, YouTube, 3 billion or 4 billion, I think it's 3 billion visits a day, but it's the second search engine. And in many cases, I think for a little more complex tasks, it's actually going to start outpacing traditionally what Google was looking for. So it's the place that people go to get answers to specific questions. And here's kind of the simple way that we're going to do this or use that fact to create the courses. So the first thing is, let's start by just creating 50 questions. Now, I'm using 50 questions. It could be 100. Doesn't really matter what the number is. The more, they're better. And this is how you actually create them. So what we're going to do is, let me just go first. Let me just open up a screen here that we can have. And what this one is I'm going to go, we'll open up this particular prompt here. A simple way to start questions. And again, I have these prompts available for you, but we're going to create 50 questions. And how we do it is we just use a simple prompt like this. Generate a list of the 50 most common questions your target audience asks about this topic, ranked in order of importance. And then for each question, provide a brief explanation of why this question is important to your audience and what problem or need it addresses. Okay, so all you have to do is just open up ChatGPT, and if you haven't opened an account, the one that's free is okay there. You don't have to worry about it. And you're going to create or use that prompt that I put it in. You can copy it exactly, word for word. There's also a whole bunch of upgraded versions of this that I have, but this is just a basic one to get started. And you're going to have to put in what your topic is. So what is it that you're the expert in? What is it that you're passionate about? Doesn't matter what it is. Could be, you know, cooking, cameras, beginner's guitar. And all you have to do is just hit send. And then what's going to happen is you're going to get a list of 50 questions that are completely set up for your particular market. And these are questions that people are asking. Okay. Now, the other thing is if you get some answers and you go, well, these aren't really the questions that you get in the response, don't be afraid to ask and try and find out, are there some, is this the best you can do? I actually had some cleanup prompts that I showed in another video. And these are just simple ways to make it so that you've got a clear picture of the questions that are being asked by the people that you're trying to help. You know exactly the questions they have and that they're in order. They're in absolute order of what actually people are looking from in sequence. So, okay, we got that part done. What does it actually look like? So let's take a look here and I'll give you an example of one I did beforehand. And I'll open this one up for you. And there we go. Okay, so here's one that I did just to give you an idea before. I'll scroll down to the top. And all I did is I used that script that was there before. And I said, generate a list of 50 most common questions about your target audience asks about digital cameras for beginners ranked in order of importance. For each question, provide a brief explanation of why the question is important to your audience and what problem or need it addresses. So I just used the same prompt that we were talking about there, right? So let's look at that and see what happened. Here's a list of the 50 most common questions, and these are the ones that we got from ChatGPT. We've got 50 of them. What's the best digital camera for beginners? What's the difference between them? What features should I look for in a beginner's camera? We've got a really, really great list of questions. And again, you can use 50. Doesn't matter what it is. You can use 50, you can 100, 75, 25, all of the ones that are important to you or in your particular topic. Now, some people ask, well, I don't really know, or I don't have a good explanation of my topic. So how does that work if you're looking at that? Here's a quick way to kind of figure it out together. And I also have some prompts. So I just want you to think to yourself, you know, what is it that you love talking about? You know, what are the topics that you get energized up? What do people ask you for help about all the time? What do friends and family look at you as the expert in? Do you have a professional background that leads itself to that? What are lessons that you've learned the hard way? What are problems that you've run into and fixed? And what do you do with your free time? These are all topics that could be of interest to you that you may want to create an online course about. So write them down, and if you're able to do this particular little prompt, you'll know that you have a pretty good topic that you'll be able to use in that previous prompt. So if you can use "I help" type of people to achieve a specific result through this area of expertise. So an example might be something simple like "I help busy professionals stay fit through quick, effective home workouts. I teach beginners to create stunning digital art using free online tools. I show small business owners how to manage their finances without stress." So this is just a simple kind of topic slash niche that you can focus on. And when you're creating those 50 questions, you can just plug that particular one in. Now, the thing to remember is you can start very broad and then kind of make it a lot smaller. And depends on, again, what your niche is, what your topic, what you're passionate about. So what do those actually look like? Well, let's go take a look at some of those additional examples. And I'll pull these up on the screen here. And here's a prompt that you can use to generate or define that niche. So a simple prompt: "Help me define my niche for online content creation. Ask me questions." And it'll go through some of the questions that we just talked about. And at the end of it, what it's going to do, it's going to summarize and suggest how to phrase it in that manner that we talked about. So you can use this prompt just to get a really clear picture for yourself what it is that you want to create content about, or in this particular case, think about using the answers to these questions for an online course. And again, I use the word online course, but we're talking about a mini course or micro course, which is what we're going to talk about a little bit into the next section here. Okay, so again, I've got these prompts put together, and you're probably wondering at this point, okay, so how do I turn this into a course? I got 50 questions, and I'm pretty clear on the niche that I'm excited about. What we need to do, of course, is take a look at the questions and kind of group them together, and you'll see that there's a theme that kind of emerges, or a structure. And you want to look at them and look and consider which ones are in a logical order, which ones need to be known first, which are basic ideas, which are more advanced ones. And you're going to look at those and think about, how do I wrap this up into a course? You're going to want to make sure that you kind of have a module of structure, a little bit of a syllabus for it, and start with a foundation and then introduce ideas that might be a little more complex or require a little bit more work. And you can do this a couple simple ways. Is you can have 2 questions for the intro, and then maybe have 3 or 4 questions for the main module, or 3 or 4 modules with 3 or 4 questions answered, and then a wrap up. And the best part is you don't have to use all 50 or however many you have. You're just going to kind of pick the ones that will help or guide people through answers that you know they're already asking questions for. And you're probably going to find that as you're doing this, there's some questions that fit together really easily and quickly. But if you need some help, and remember, you can also add your own. You don't have to only use the 50. You can that are generated, use your own. Don't be afraid to doing that. And as long as you've got some kind of structure, you're going to be in place. So here's a quick example of if you need help with that. Let's say you're having a little bit of trouble putting this together. Let's look and see how this will work. And again, I've created another prompt here for you. I'll open it up. Let's try this one today. We'll do this one. So I had an advanced prompt too for the niche part that's there. But what I want to do now is I want to organize these. And if you don't see kind of any structure to it, don't be afraid to use this prompt and it'll do it for you. So I have a list of 50 questions about, and again, the topic. Please help me organize these into a coherent mini course structure by doing the following. And it just gives you, or asks ChatGPT to organize them through the questions. And it even says suggest a clear title, list of questions that belong to this module, and propose a logical order. So if you don't see it, even though you're the expert, ChatGPT can generate these for you. This is your little bit of a course syllabus. And from it, all you need to do is you're going to see the actual questions that you're answering are going to be in this particular structure. The other thing is, if you're doing this, what I always do is I'll go take a look at these, and there's probably questions or different pieces that are missing. If it's in a little mini course or little modules that are set out for you, don't be afraid to, insert your questions and answers into them. Even if it wasn't to the 50, you're the expert on this. You're going to make sure, hopefully, that you're the one that knows what is important in which part of the segment. So where are we right now? What's actually happened? So we've used ChatGPT to create this entire list of questions. We made sure that we had our niche put together, and we've organized them into a mini course. So what happens next? Well, I don't want to get into the weeds of all of this video editing stuff. What I'm going to suggest is we're going to start live streaming on YouTube. Now, why are we going to live stream? It's super quick and easy. That's the first thing. You don't need any editing. It's super authentic, and it gets to the real you. And in fact, it can be very, very quick and engaging if you even include things like chat built into it. And it creates content immediately. You don't have to record something and send it to someone to fix it or to edit it and clean it up. You're just going to do a live, quick answer to a question on YouTube and just do it to a single question. And think of it this way. Each individual question and answer becomes a live session or a live stream. You don't have to do all of them at the same time. They don't have to be perfect in any way. What's happening is it's your knowledge, your passion, the stuff that you're excited about. That's what they're going to see or what you're going to transfer to people. And if you're kind of worried about that, you're thinking, oh, what am I going to do with that? Or what happens if people see? Just remember, if you don't have any subscribers and you're doing live streams and you're just doing it quickly and easily on YouTube, there's a couple things to realize. You don't have any subscribers. No one's going to watch. No one's there to view your live streams at the start anyway. And the best part is that if you really, really get stuck and it's that awful, it's easy enough to do another one. You don't have to send it to someone to try and get them to clean it up. You can just do another one. The questions and answers are maybe 3 to 5 minutes long. You share your expertise, how you overcame that particular question, your observations on how it works. And this is really the secret sauce to creating these particular questions and answers. It's just quick, right, to the point, and you can do it on YouTube. So you're probably thinking about how do I get these prompts and how do I get started? What I'm going to do is, if you put in the comments below, just give me a little prompt and say, send me the prompts or a little message. I'll make sure that I send the link for you. You can get them for free. And the other thing is I'd like you to join the Teach Online community at we'll do trainingsites.io/join. And as soon as that happens, what you'll do is you actually will have access. It's free to join. You will have access to the prompts, plus a ton of other videos that help you start, build, and grow your education business. And again, feel free to go ahead and add your comments below. And of course, make sure that you like and subscribe to the channel. I do these every day. These are live streams, ad hoc kinds of things. And if you have questions, just make sure that you add those as well. So I hope you enjoyed this. I've done this video 3 times today, and the other ones, I didn't like them. So I did them on YouTube, and then I just marked them as private. And that's a great example of what happens when you just do live streaming. If you want to find out a little bit more about live streaming too, and how to get it over when you're afraid, make sure to take a look at the videos that will show up here probably at the end. So I've got some other great sessions that are all about this stuff. Teaching online, it's a blast, and it's an opportunity to earn some money. And the other thing I'll do is probably tomorrow is I'll actually go through the live streaming part, just so you see how that works and how easy it is to get started, and more importantly, start building your own online courses and not worry about how many subscribers you have. Take care, expect the best. It's James from trainingsites.io.